Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman who is today winging through the skies, searching for Poco's space shell, unaware that it has carried Jimmy Olsen and the little rhymester thousands of miles away. We'll learn more about it in a moment. But right now, Dan McCullough wants to give you a friendly tip.
Say, gang, do you ever notice how a really good breakfast seems to help you start the day feeling swell? Well, that's just what's likely to happen when you treat yourself to a big bowl full of super delicious Kellogg's Pep for breakfast, served up with plenty of milk and your favorite fruits. You know, those crisp golden whole wheat flakes taste so doggone good that you'll probably be right back for a second helping after you finish the first. And that's a good idea, by the way, because Pep's mighty good for you as well as grand tasting. But that's only half the story. There's an exciting prize right inside every single Pep package. It's a colored cardboard plane model that's mighty easy to put together. Now, there are 14 different models you can get altogether, and every model has a list of valuable pointers about that particular plane printed right on the back. What's more, you don't have to send in a single penny for these nifty models, not even a box top. There's a plane in every Pep package. Gang, be sure your mother gets you a package of Pep tomorrow. And remember the name, Pep, P-E-P. Pep is made by Kellogg's in Battle Creek.
And now the adventures of Superman. Trapped by a band of armed men, Jimmy Olsen and Poco, the little jester from the planet Utopia, locked themselves in Poco's space shell. Discovering 2 cans of a mixture of gasoline and liquid oxygen in a compartment of the space shell, Jimmy poured them into the fuel tank, and the great plastic ball rocketed high into the skies. A short time later, a farmer reported seeing the shell in flight, and Superman streaked to the scene. But meanwhile, whirling through the clouds thousands of miles away, Jimmy and Poco heard the motors falter, then die, and the space shell began plummeting down. As we continue now, far north in the frozen Arctic region, a dark-skinned young Eskimo and his sister are trotting beside a sled drawn by 4 dogs. Listen.
Mike, you! Mike! Mike, you! Mike! Hey, Mike! I know that. It is very cold. But soon we will be at igloo. Mike! My son! Mike, you! Mike!
Oh, Doc, look!
Where?
There to the right. The sun falls from the sky.
What say you? Hey!
There, to the right.
Something falls indeed. Speak out foolishly. It is not the sun. Look, it falls in great snowbank. March you! March! We must go and hurry and see you.
Better we do not go, Doc.
Hey, we go. We must learn what it is.
Something great and round it was, like the sun.
You speak like child. Were the sun to fall, all the world would be
I
destroyed.
fear it. A great round thing hurtling from the heavens. Better perhaps we tell the new master.
Those evil ones, we tell nothing. Now cease your woman chatter. We approach the snowbank. Hello! Look! Stop then! Stop! Quick, Nulia. Fetch me the snow knife.
Hey, Utak, but I do not like it.
Snow knife, I say. And something for you to dig with, too.
Here then, Utak. And I have my own knife.
Dig then. Now, they're here, in this snowbank.
I am afraid.
Afraid? Our father who trusts us to yet save him and our people would hang his head in shame to hear his daughter speak so.
But this is something not natural.
We shall discover. Dig, I say, and it is here. Now, quickly, Nulia. Clear the snow away.
Hey, look at it. It's round. As if we strike glass.
See, it emerges now. Something great and round. Hurry, Nulia.
Hurry. Oh, Tuck, look.
But here, there's water.
Kabluna. 2 kabluna.
Hey, 2 white men. In a great glass bowl.
Sugma? What can this mean?
Luana. I do not know.
A young one and a small, fat one.
Hey.
They are dead.
Oh, they must be. Wait. The young one seems to move slightly. Look, Nulia. There's a panel which slides here, such as our evil masters have in their ships which fly.
It is bolted within.
The bolt is almost slid pulled back. I think I can free it with my knife. There. See, it begins to move. So, the panel is free. What do I do?
Why do you stop, Utak? Open the panel.
No. Wait.
But the Kabluna may still be alive.
I just thought. These Kabluna may be the same race as our evil masters. Come to bring us more ill.
I think not.
How can we tell? Better to take no chances, but to let them freeze here in the snowbank.
That would be a sin, Utak. Besides, the faces of these two Kabluna look not like those of our masters.
And that may be true, but...
They may be kind, not evil. They may still be alive. Let us try to aid them.
You have a soft heart, my sister.
And so have you.
It has grown hard since the evil ones came. But it is true, we cannot leave these Kabluna here to freeze. Fetch you the deerskin kraytik from the sled, Nulia, and the clothes of the Kabluna are too light for this sort of climb.
I will bring the kraytik. Take them gently from the strange platform.
Removing the unconscious Jimmy Olsen and Poco from the space shell, the two young Eskimos wrapped them securely in deerskin sleeping bags, then placed them gently on the dog sled and raced with them to their igloo. Through the rest of that day and all through the night, Utak and his sister Nulia tend Jimmy and Poco. The next morning, they both awaken in what to them is a strange new world. The interior of a spirally built snow house, illuminated by two steel oil lamps and containing a small Primus stove on which a kettle of tea steams.
Where am I?
Oh, heavens above. Is it you, friend James, or only a voice in my addle brain?
Poco. Where are you?
Beside you on this couch of snow. Are we in heaven or down below?
Stop talking about heaven. We're not dead.
We're not, you say?
No.
And why are we lying here this way?
I don't know, but I'm going to get up and find out. Oh, gosh. I can't move.
Of course you can. Neither can I. How could
Hey,
we?
wait. Somebody's coming.
I hear the dog's barking.
Yeah. Now tell me we're in dog heaven.
Utak, they are speaking.
Hey, you're a good nurse, Nulia.
They don't wear horns. They don't wear wings. Friend James, they look like human things.
How feel you, Kabluna?
Oh, what did you call us? My sister spoke the Eskimo word, meaning white man. Oh, well, Eskimo? Gee whiz, are you Eskimo? We are. I am Utak, and my sister is known as Nulia.
I never heard of an Eskimo. Means it perchance a man of snow.
Hey. And who are you? Oh, I'm Jim Olsen.
My name is Poco, and...
Listen, if you're Eskimos, and... Well, this looks like an igloo. It is indeed our igloo. Oh, then, sleeping lizards. We must be way up north someplace. You are beyond even the King William land, in the region known as the North Pole. What? The North Pole?
Enough of speech now. You have been injured and asleep a long time. Now you shall have hot tea.
Hot tea? That sounds very good to me.
One moment while I pour it.
Good, Nulia. It will give them strength in case it becomes necessary for them to leave quickly.
They cannot leave for a long time. They were badly shaken up. Here's the tea. Sip it slowly. It is hot.
Thanks very much, Miss Nulia.
And thanks from me for this lovely tea.
Drink it. Should our evil masters discover you here, you will need much strength. Evil masters? Well, you said that before. What do you mean? Those devils who came in ships with flies, with many guns, and who took possession of our lands and enslaved our people.
Devils? This sounds bad.
What do you mean? Who are you talking about? They speak a guttural language.
They speak of their land as the Reich.
The Reich? Why, that's Germany. Hey. I have heard them call it Germany, too. Sleeping lizards? You mean the Germans are here? Oh, what are they doing? I do not know. Devils, we call them. And there is naught we can do. There are but few of us in this land, and we have no communication with the outside world. Well, haven't you got a radio? Oh, we've had. But our new masters guard that and allow only O'Herdlick to speak into it.
O'Herdlick is a traitor.
Yes, a traitor Eskimo who fawns upon the right devils. All of O'Herdlick's family are spies for the master devils. Nothing which goes on here escapes them. You mean the Germans know we're here?
No. They did not see us bring the Kabluna, Utak.
They see everything. I fear for our new friends. And for us, Nulia. Oh, gosh. We've got to get out of here in a hurry then, Utak. We don't want to get you in trouble. How will you escape, my friend? Well, there's no gas in the space shell. But don't you have dog teams up here? Our evil masters fly patrols in their planes. It is 1,000 miles to the nearest settlement. 1,000 miles? Yes, and long before you reach there, you would be discovered by the planes and shot.
And our father, and perhaps others shot, too.
Oh, this sounds really bad.
Bad and sad, sad and bad.
But we've got to do something.
Utak, someone comes.
Go, Nulia. What do you think it is, Doc? Luana. Huh? I do not know. Our masters are forbidden visiting.
Utak. It's the devils in their sled.
The Germans? Hey. How many of them, Nulia?
6, and all with guns. Oh, Utak. They must have learned the Kabluna way.
Gosh. Now what do we do? I'm afraid we can do nothing. We are helpless.
Pat, Jimmy, Poco, and their 2 Eskimo friends wait for the arrival of the Germans. We'll return in a moment for the climax of today's episode. But first, let's stand by for a timely question.
Say, gang, if you spotted a plane with a star for its insignia, could you tell what country it belonged to? Well, chances are it would be either American or Russian, because both these nations mark their planes with stars. But I'll bet that's no news to you if you've been getting models of Russian and American planes in your packages of Kellogg's Pep. You see, there's a really neat colored cardboard plane model right inside every package of that super delicious cereal, Kellogg's Pep. And among the planes you can get are 2 Russian models and 8 American ones. Besides that, there are 4 British planes you can get. And, gang, there are some mighty exciting planes in this collection. Ones like the big C-69 Army transport, the British Sunderland flying boat, the Russian 118 fighter plane, and the British Lancaster heavy bomber. Best of all, you don't have to send in a single penny for them, not even a box top. There's a plane model inside every Pep package. Gang, be sure your mother gets you a package of those crisp, golden whole wheat flakes tomorrow. See which plane model you find inside. And remember the name, Pep, P-E-P. Pep is made by Kellogg's in Battle Creek.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. Unaware of the danger Jimmy Olsen and Poco are in, Superman has arrived at the abandoned farm near Metropolis from which the space shell took off, and is speaking to a farmer named Harry Simmons.
It's just like I told the sheriff here. I was driving to town on Round Ridge Road.
Yes, I know. I heard the whole story. You saw the space shell smash out through the roof of this barn. I know all about it, Mr. Simmons.
I thought I was dreaming. Big ball it was. Big glass ball.
Yes, so I heard. Was there anyone in it?
I couldn't say it was gone so fast, but dang if I ever see anything like it in my life. If I hadn't heard on the radio how a contraption like that was lost near here, I'd think I'd seen things.
Yes, I wouldn't blame you. Mr. Simmons, which way would you say the space shell went? Did you see it?
Which way?
Yes. Now think well before you tell me, because this is very important.
I don't have to think. Started toward Centerville.
Centerville. Now that's straight north of here, isn't it?
Yep, straight north.
You didn't by any chance see it change course, did you?
No, sir. It kept going north, as far as I could see.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Simmons. That's all I wanted to know.
Up, and away! Mouth agape, the farmer watches Superman leap high into the heavens and then streak north, his red cape streaming. In a moment, he is lost to view. Will the Man of Steel be able to find Jimmy and Poco? And what is in store for our friends in their strange predicament at the North Pole? Fellows and girls, don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode in our story of the space shell. Tune in, same time, same station, and follow the adventures of Superman. And now the adventures of Superman. When the space shell bearing Jimmy Olsen and Poco crashed near the North Pole, our friends were rescued by 2 Eskimos, a brother and sister named Utak and Nulia. But German soldiers who had secretly garrisoned the barren territory discovered the presence of Jimmy and Poco and condemned them and Utak and Nulia to death. Meanwhile, learning that a Coast Guard cutter had sighted the space shell the day before near Iceland, Superman streaked far north over the Atlantic Ocean, where, in a raging storm, he spotted the cutter sinking beneath mountainous waves. Plunging deep into the wild sea to rescue the crew of the doomed vessel, he finds it deserted. And as we join him now, he is searching the storm-tossed waters for the shipwrecked Coast Guardsmen.
Crew must have put off in lifeboats, but they can't be far away. They're still alive. That ship only sank a little while ago. I'd better spot them soon, or this storm will finish them. Trying to find a lifeboat in this sea is like looking for a needle in a... Wait a minute. What's that? There's a boat down there, full of men. Uh-oh, it's capsizing. Down to it. Down!
Reaching down into the icy waters, Superman picks up the nearly capsized lifeboat and carries it and its half-drowned occupants to the American base on Iceland. 2 hours later, once more in the guise and garb of Clark Kent, ace reporter, he enters the Naval Infirmary with Vice Admiral Edward Martin.
This way, Kent. The medical officer said we can see Captain Sawyer now.
Oh, that's fine, Admiral Martin. I'm counting on him to put me on the trail of the space shell.
Well, I'm sure he'll tell you whatever he knows.
Sure.
Incidentally, I've been trying to recall the last time you and I met. It was last spring at the Northwest Peninsula, wasn't it?
That's right.
Superman brought you up there just as he brought you up here today. You and he must be pretty close.
You're surprised, Admiral.
What's that?
Huh? Oh, nothing.
Too bad Superman couldn't stay. I know Captain Sawyer would want to thank him for saving his life and the lives of his crew. Here we are. After you, Kent.
Oh, thanks.
Captain, how are you feeling?
I'm all right, sir. Just a bit weak.
Well, now, don't try to sit up. You've had a bad time of it. This is Clark Kent, Captain Sawyer. You can speak freely before him.
Yes, sir. Glad to know you, Mr. Kent.
I'm glad to know you, Captain. Now, about the space shell you saw yesterday.
Just a moment, Kent. Captain, I presume a German submarine sank your ship?
No, sir. It wasn't a sub.
It wasn't? So what was it?
Well, sir, I know it sounds strange, but I don't know what sank my ship.
Well, pardon me for interrupting, but I may be too late now to do anything about that space shell. Every second counts.
Please,
so if you
Kent.
don't...
This matter is much more important than your space shell.
But, Admiral,
We'll get to the space shell in a moment. Now, Captain, you were saying?
Yes, sir. I don't know what sank my ship. I know what a torpedo's like. I've had three ships torpedoed under me, but this wasn't a torpedo. And we were having a bad time in the storm, going slow, so even if our equipment missed detecting anything, we'd have seen a mine, same as we did the iceberg.
The iceberg?
That's right.
Now, wait a minute, Captain. There are no icebergs in these waters at this season of the year.
That's what I told myself when I saw it, sir, but there it was, sticking out of the water just a few feet. We came around to blow it up before it drifted down into the convoy lanes, but before we could come around, bingo, something exploded under us and practically blew us out of the water.
Tremendous charge, whatever it was. The entire hull of the ship was blown out.
Huh? How do you know, Kent?
Superman went down to look at the ship before he picked up the lifeboat. He told me.
Yes, sir, that's another reason I knew it wasn't a torpedo. There was only a single explosion, but the ship cracked apart like an eggshell.
Well, Captain, did you see the iceberg again?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
No, sir, I didn't. And I can't figure how I came to see it in the first place. Those icebergs come down later in the year when the thaws start up north and the frozen sea begins to break up.
Did you hit the iceberg, Captain?
No, sir. We started to come around to blow it up when something hit us.
That's very strange. Kent, this isn't for publication.
Well, no, I understand, Admiral.
There have been 3 other unexplainable sinkings in these waters lately. We put on a big hunt for German subs, but didn't spot one.
They're prowling farther south around the convoy.
Yes, but this is a strange thing. We picked up some survivors from the last 2 sinkings I just mentioned. And they said they'd seen icebergs before their ships blew up, too.
They did?
Yes. And I'm wondering if the icebergs had anything to do with the sinkings.
Could they, sir? A big iceberg might ram and tear a hole in the ship, but it couldn't explode it.
I know.
Well, suppose the iceberg carried an explosive charge concealed in it and a mechanism to attract it to a ship when it drifted near.
By George, Kent, I wonder if...
Explosives of an iceberg? Sounds crazy.
Well, some of the other secret weapons in this war sounded crazy, too, at first.
But how could explosives get in an iceberg?
That's what I'd like to know. No, I'm afraid that theory's out, Kent.
Okay. But look, Admiral, Captain Sawyer has told you all he knows. Can I ask him about the space shell now?
Sure, yes. Go ahead.
Well, what space shell, Mr. Kent?
Well, you radioed that you'd seen what looked like a large glass ball.
Oh, that. Hey, that was another strange thing. I saw through my glass a big glass ball falling out of the sky.
Where was this?
About 400 miles north of here.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was going to fall into the ocean, but suddenly it stopped falling and shot up so fast I couldn't follow it.
You saw 2 people in it?
Yes. One of them was a short, fat man.
Poco.
Who?
Oh, never mind. Which way did it fly?
North by east. Yeah, I forgot all about it after we were blown up. It was the weirdest thing I ever...
Yes, well, thanks very much, Captain. So long now. Goodbye, Admiral.
Where are you going, Kent?
After that space shell. Jim Olsen and Poco are in it, and I'm afraid... Well, I hope I'm not too late.
What are you talking about? How are you going to chase a space shell?
You see, I'm expecting Superman to do that. I'll see you again, Admiral.
Wait, Kent. I'll come with you.
But I'm in a hurry, sir.
Hold it just a minute. Look, Kent, is Superman coming back here?
Well, I think so.
Then see here. Superman can do a greater service than hunting for that space shell.
Well, not right now, Admiral. Jim Olsen and Poco are in that shell. They're friends of mine.
I understand, and I'd certainly like to do all I can for them.
Well...
But, Kent, there are only 10 men. Only 2 men, rather. What I have in mind involves the lives of thousands of our soldiers.
What do you mean?
Look, Kent, I think you just might be right about the iceberg.
The iceberg? Oh, you
mean... They
mean...
might have been loaded with explosives and floated into these waters somehow by our enemies.
I think it's very possible, Admiral, and I mean, Superman... Well, I'll tell him about it, and I'm sure he'll do all he can as soon as he finds the space shell.
But that might be too late. 4 ships have already been sunk.
But...
Kent, I'm going to trust you. One of the largest troop convoys of the whole war will pass through these waters tonight on its way to Europe. And if the enemy has devised some fiendish way of sending icebergs down here, loaded with explosives... Exactly. We may suffer tremendous losses. Now, we're equipped to handle the Nazi U-boat. But these icebergs, if that's their new secret weapon, well, we're momentarily baffled by them. As you know, it takes time to devise countermeasures for new enemy weapons.
Well, can't the convoy escort be on the alert for them?
Yes, of course. But our equipment can't detect the explosives in the icebergs, or the icebergs themselves in time. And there's still a terrific storm raging. Our planes can't take off to hunt for these new death traps.
I see. So you want Superman to do that?
Unless the storm lets up, which isn't likely. Yes, I would like him to. Only he can do the job in time. Locate the icebergs and see if they're what we think they are. Then find out where they're coming from.
Yes, only Superman can do that job in time. That means giving up the hunt for Jim and Poco. Perhaps losing them forever.
I think Superman would make that choice, Kent. Difficult as it is. Where is Superman? I think I can convince him.
He's closer than you think, Admiral. And you have convinced him.
What do you mean? Where is he? I don't see him.
I mean, you've convinced me, and knowing Superman, well, I'm certain that when I've explained it to him, he'll decide that Jim and Poco are important, but not as important as that convoy of troops.
I'm sure he will, too, Kent. Your country and his will be grateful for whatever he can do. How soon do you expect to see him?
Why, any minute now, I guess.
I see. Do you want to wait for him in my office?
No, thanks. I think I'll wait here.
Very well. I'll see you later.
Right.
His face bleak. Clark can't wait for Admiral Martin to fade from sight, knowing that he must abandon Jimmy Olsen and Poco to their unknown fate while he fights this new and mysterious menace to our country's safety.
We'll return in a moment for the climax of today's episode. And now, back to the adventures of Superman.
While Superman made his painful decision to postpone his search for Jimmy Olsen and Poco and combat the new menace to our troop convoys, Jimmy and Poco, together with Utak, their Eskimo friend, face a sad fate. In a snow house in the secret German garrison near the North Pole, Poco sleeps restlessly, while Jimmy and Utak converse in low tones.
I'm glad Poco was asleep when that German corporal was here, Utak.
Hey, it was bad news he brought.
You're not kidding. What made them change their minds?
Now, Una.
Huh?
I do not know. First they said we would be shot tomorrow early. Now they say today when the sun is low.
Yeah. Gosh, that'll be pretty soon.
Very soon.
Golly, listen, are those Nazis still outside?
Hey, they watch from their igloo pack. The white man's house with their guns.
It looks like we're done for, all right. There's that noise again, like an explosion.
Hey, the Germans dynamite the frozen sea.
What are they doing that for?
Now, Una, I know not. Some devil's work it must be. If they do nothing but devil's work here.
Or any other place. There it is again. I wonder what they're up to and why they're here in the first place.
Again, I say it must be devil's work.
Yeah, but I wish I knew what... Hey, look. Someone's coming. Hey, that's Randy Corporal who brought us here.
Hey, it is he. I think he comes for us now.
Oh, gosh, what do we do?
He is alone.
But he's got his gun.
It matters not. We must die anyway.
What do you mean?
Wait for that one, Poco. When this German devil enters into the igloo, and we will greet him by throwing ourselves upon him.
But... Okay, Utak. If we've got to die, we might as well die fighting. I'll wake Poco.
It is too late. He's here. You and I must do it alone.
Crouched beside the low entrance of the igloo, Jimmy and Utak wait tensely for the German corporal to enter. What will happen? Can our friends escape under the very nose of the German garrison?
Don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode. Tune in, same time, same station for The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Gang, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman, brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the makers of that super delicious cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publications. This is Mutual,